We are across the great state of Iowa. It is the Simon Conway Show. If you are an entrepreneur, I used to have my own business, and if you are an entrepreneur, well, chances are you might be burning out from taking fewer vacations and working longer hours. We thought we would get someone to help us with this particular conversation. Her name is Tracy Timm. She's been on the show before. She's a business and career coach. Tracy, welcome back to the Simon Conway Show.
Hey, Simon. Thank you so much for having me.
You are extremely welcome. So you're an entrepreneur, right?
That's correct, yes.
So when was the last time you had a vacation?
I will say I am not your average entrepreneur. I love my balance. And so actually my last vacation was only 2 or 3 weeks ago. I took my mom to Israel.
Very nice. Love that.
Yeah.
Very nice indeed. By the way, if you're on speakerphone, you seem a bit echoey. If it's on speakerphone, if you could pick it up, I would really appreciate it.
Sorry about that.
No problem. So not you, but apparently a lot of entrepreneurs are not going away and are working longer hours.
Yeah, it's actually a really, really sad fact because so many people, I think, get into entrepreneurship specifically to have the freedom and the flexibility to live a life that they really, really enjoy, a life where they can spend time with their family or doing things that they really care about. And unfortunately, the draw of entrepreneurship and the fact that you don't have any particular business hours necessarily or any boundaries on your time leads to this creep into your personal life and your personal time.
So this is based on a survey of just over 1,000 small business owners taking place in the middle of over 10 days in the middle of August, and they say they're accurate to within 3 percentage points. And what they're saying is 61% say their stress levels are much higher compared to when they were conventionally employed. That's interesting.
Yeah, and I don't think that it's particularly surprising. When you think about what it takes to become an entrepreneur, unless you're independently wealthy or you have some type of financial backing, like you're out there on your own hustling every single day. And whether or not you eat or your family eats or you can pay for the roof over your head is completely on you and what you choose to do with your time every single day. So you do take on a lot of risk. And, of course, with risk, I think, comes a lot of pressure.
This actually is the first job working for somebody else that I've had in a very, very, very long time.
Right?
Yeah, I was
going for you.
Yeah, I was an entrepreneur for a very, very long time. Had all kinds of businesses, all successful, and sold them, and then fell into this, which is very interesting. As I've said many times, this is a complete accident, but I absolutely love it. Is there a way of dealing with it? Because, with me, maybe I was lucky. I was very successful in all these businesses that I had. So it was always easy for me to carve out time because that's a big part of it, right? If you're successful, well, the money's coming in, the clients are there, the clients are happy. You can disappear for a week. And in today's world, well, are you ever really away anyway? Because there's cell phones wherever you are in the world, computers and everything else.
Absolutely. I think first and foremost, one of the best pieces of advice I ever got when I entered into the world of having my own business was to define success for yourself. I think that so many of us so easily and quickly get distracted by somebody who's maybe a little bit further, quote unquote, ahead in their business, making a little bit more money, or just has a slightly different lifestyle that maybe we're interested or find tempting to go after. But if you're really clear in your mind of the business that you want to create and the lifestyle that it creates for you, then I think that's one of the easiest ways to stay on track and to give yourself time off knowing that it's ultimately serving what your real vision is as opposed to playing the, keeping up with other people vision game.
So you're a business and career coach. So give us a typical day in the life of Tracy Timm.
Oh, this is fabulous, Simon. I'll tell you that, I got into business for myself, not because I thought I would be an entrepreneur my whole life, but because I couldn't find anywhere that would allow me to do the work that I wanted to do in the way that I wanted to do it. So this commitment for me was really more about living a lifestyle and a mission and a purpose that really mattered to me, and less so about the actual sort of business acumen side of entrepreneurship. So that's the part I've had to learn along the way. But to answer your question directly, I'm not a morning person, so my business day doesn't start until 10 in the morning.
Look at you.
And you know what? I'm still here. It's almost 6 o'clock at night, and I'll be working at least for another couple hours. But that serves me and the life that I want to have, and actually allows me to be of the best value for people because it doesn't require me to work during hours that I'm not useful. So, you know, I think that entrepreneurship is a great way, if you're really careful and you put up boundaries around your non-negotiables, of living a lifestyle that's really unique and really true to the life that you want, and not just getting on the conveyor belt that everyone else is on.
So you're really grumpy in the mornings then?
I'm useless in the morning. I'll tell you what, there was a couple years of business where I was like, you know, I'll try. I'll get up, I'll take calls at 8, I'll be that entrepreneur. And, you know, you only can take so many hazy phone calls before you realize, you know, maybe I'm going to be of better service if I don't allow people to get on my calendar until 10. So I have great relaxing mornings where I lay in bed with my 2 kittens and just chill, and it's fabulous. And nobody expects anything from me or to be productive until 10, and that serves me really well.
Oh, no, you're a crazy cat lady. I didn't know that.
Love them.
See, we tend to only have dog people on the show. I should point that out.
Oh, wow.
So
good. You're branching out.
You've crept through the cracks here. I'm not really sure what's going on. So really, is this survey beatable, though? Or does it just depend on the kind of entrepreneurial business that you're in? So here's the thing, right? If you're a self-employed plumber, as an example, when people call you, typically they want you right then and there. I know I do. So
you're absolutely right.
You're not in control of your own time, typically.
Yeah, so there are very different businesses and business models depending on the type of work that you want to do. And I think, you know what, the same thing happened to me. I didn't realize how important it was at the outset of the business to set very clear boundaries for other people in how and when they could access me, that, you know, I was creeping over into weekends because people don't want to talk about their career, their business during the work week. They want to talk about it afterwards, or when they have, you know, breaks. And so I was really flexing my business around them as opposed to setting very clear boundaries about when and where they could access me, which I had the luxury of doing because it's a service-based business that's not in real time like a plumber. But yeah, if you're getting into another type of service that's really going to require your physical presence to deliver what you deliver, that's where we get into this creeping into personal time, evenings, weekends, that I think is really what's leading to burnout for most of these people.
I just realized I texted you at 8:38 this morning.
I wrote back.
You did. Not immediately, by the way.
Nope,
yes, you did write back.
I did write back.
You did. I'm gonna have to try and remember that the next time. So your Mark Zuckerbergs of the world, he doesn't have to worry about this, right?
Well, here's the thing. There's a guy named Gary Vee who's really well known in the entrepreneurial space for being the guy who's kind of a hard ass. Like, he's all over people to, you know, you have time from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. and, you know, you can scrounge time and you don't have to sleep as much. And listen, if you want a business that grows really fast and makes a lot of money really quickly, then, you know, you do your thing and you go work 16-hour days. That was just a vision that I never had for my own life. And I think, you know, if you look at Mark Zuckerberg's life, it has not been all, you know, bonbons and beaches ever since he got started. Like, he's gone through really massive issues with friends and with governments and with legal battles and all kinds of things. So, you know, you're going to struggle if your vision is that big and grandiose as his. But if you want to have a really great lifestyle business, don't forget why you got into entrepreneurship in the first place. It was to have your business work for you, not the other way around.
Exactly right. That's exactly right. You know, I have had many successful businesses started in the land of my birth. I had the most successful corporate communications business in the entire country over there. And that was an accident. All my work stuff seems to be accidents. Doing this is an accident. Was it really? Yeah. For real.
Work hard?
I've got to look at the clock. Yeah, I've got time to tell it. So I was working for this. Other company. I'm a trained journalist, newspaper journalist, and for a variety of reasons, I stopped doing that. Money, okay, which was the reason. And I went and joined this company, this corporate communications company, and I could only take it for about 9 months. Because what they were giving me to do was just way below what I was capable of doing. And so after 9 months, I decided I would go and freelance back on newspapers, and I gave in my notice. And one of their clients came up to me and they said, we really love what you're doing with the design of our publication, and we want you to keep doing it. And we want the company that you're employed by to, keep the printing part, which was the biggest part of it. And so let's all go sit down together and we'll do this nicely. And I said, okay. So I was thinking, okay, I'm going to freelance on national newspapers. That's what I'm going to do. And at the same time, I can take the 2 hours a week that it would take me to design his publication, right? So we went in and saw them, and they told what they wanted to do, and everyone said, "Yeah, that's great." Anyway, a month into it, they called this company and they said, "Hey, we'll design it for free." So you don't need him anymore. We'll design it for free. And they came to me and they said, they told me what happened, and they said, "We don't want to design it for free. Go find us a printer." So I took the printing away from that first company that I used to work for, and then I went in to see the MD, and I said, "Look, I don't want a war. This is absolutely not what I want to do with my life. It's never been in my head to do this. So just leave it alone, and we will. Everyone's going to get along great." Anyway, they called him up and they offered to do the printing for half price, and they again turned it down. So I went after a second client, and long story short, I shut them down in 18 months.
Wow.
Accident. Total accident. Wasn't supposed to happen.
Accident, but very opportunistic on your part.
Well, they started it. I just finished it. Right? I wasn't going to start it. They started it. I finished it. And I kind of that way now. I guess it fits my personality. Tracy Timm, ladies and gentlemen. She is a fairly regular. I think we can call you a regular on our show now.
Yeah,
she's a business and career coach, and you can find out more about her at Tracy, Tracy, Timm, TIMM. .com. Tracy Timm with 2 M's.com. Tracy, thank you very much, and enjoy your long sleep in tomorrow with your kittens and your coffee. Just don't get those two things confused.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You take care. Bye for now. Fun. She's a fun lady. We are across the great state of Iowa, and this is the Simon Conway